What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about relationship building. Now, you're probably saying building relationships with restaurants, merchants, people. Yeah, all of above. Now, as you may or may not know, I am a networker. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an advisor, I'm an educator, small business owner. Anything you can think of, I probably did it. But anyway, so that's not this video. But I do want to say, when I go out and I talk and network with different people, I feel like I'm needed. I'll just say that. I feel like I'm needed. And to give me a seat to the table of getting this process done for these restaurants to go back to having delivery drivers I don't even have a word for it. I'm grateful to be able to have the opportunity to be trusted, to have the credibility to share my experience, my perspective, my insight. And it's just been great. That's all I can say. What I do like is, I just always feel like I'm heard, with these owners and directors and area managers and general managers that I talk to. And it's funny because although I'm a small business owner, I consider myself a boss. I consider myself a leader. I want to talk to the leader. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get mad at me, assistant managers and managers, but sometimes y'all don't have power. I'm gonna keep it real. The general managers, directors, and area managers, and owners, they have a little more power when they're in a chain. They still have to get permission from the corporate office because, if it's changing outside of their policies, they have to be aware of it. I'll just say that. So that's the only issue of when you're a franchise. That's the only issue that I don't like, because even though you own that store, but you are part of the franchise, you just can't go and put a sign up and say, okay, well, sometimes you have to get permission from the corporate office. You just can't go and change the menu, or even put a sign in the bathroom. And so when I started figuring that out and just finding things out like that, because I always wanted to have a different franchise. I'm not going to mention it here, but, and that's why I started Doe Beverage. So yeah, I really did. I wanted to have a franchise, and I said, so where's my power? I feel like I'm an employee in my own business. No, I'm serious. So that's why I started my own business. So I'm the one who making those decisions. And that's something to think about. Now, I don't know, some people, they may be okay with being a franchise and you can only do so many things. But if you're interested in being a franchise for any retail or grocery or restaurant chain, really think about it. Really think about it. Because just because you own it, that don't mean that you have the power to do a lot of things. So I just wanted to bring that up because I know, and I know a lot of owners. Like, I go and I talk to them every day and I'll be like, hey, well, how about this? Well, how can you do this? Can you do this? Can you add this? And they're like, yeah, we got to go to corporate. And just like for getting their delivery drivers, if they're a top chain, yeah, they have to go through corporate, and that's why it's a slow process. But if they tell corporate, hey, have you heard about this? At my location, I have a lot of problems with, drivers stealing orders, food. This is the bottom line. I'm not making much on my bottom line at my restaurant. Something needs to change. And, you just have to go to them. So I know that with this change that's coming, is going to be a lot of franchises doing different things. Corporate stores, it takes a little longer, but you know, when you're a franchise and this is something you believe in, I think you just have to make sure you have that communication with the corporate office. But if you're like your own location, like Doe Beverage, right? I can say, you know what, I'm going to have my own delivery drivers and I'm going to look for someone or a team of drivers to carry out those orders. So I can get off the apps because I no longer want to be on the apps. But anyway, that's why I try to write things down because, you know, I get off topic a lot and I know I do, but it's just stuff that comes to my mind and I have to talk about it because if I don't talk about it, then it won't happen, just like now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please stay tuned to the channel. You can subscribe if you want to, but if you want to, go ahead and hit that button. Other than that, leave me some comments, leave me some engagement, and I'll see you guys in the next video.